you need to scratch the itch of curiosity, right? And that means you can't be a completely blank slate. You have to know a little something. A 5-year-old knows a little something, right? The 5-year-old has been out in the world experiencing things. So you can keep asking questions, the curiosity itch. You can't think that you know everything. If you believe you know everything, you stop scratching the itch, right? So that's the first thing, is just ask questions. Very available to every single person. Fundamental human ability. So my research is showing on this Find the Gap skill that there are 3 ways that people are really discovering new opportunities. Howard Schultz of Starbucks is a great example of one of them. This is what I'm calling the Sunbird. So a sunbird, it's an Australian word for hummingbird. A bird picks something up, flies it over, and reapplies it somewhere else. It's the cross-pollination or cross-fertilization of ideas. And in the world marketplace, what Howard Schultz does is he goes to a conference. He is in Italy, and what he notices is from his hotel to the conference location where he's walking, all the Italians are stopping at the coffee shop. And so he stops in there for the days that he's going to the conference and realizes that's the 3rd place people go. If home is your first place and office is your second place, the 3rd location, this is the basis of Starbucks, the 3rd place you'd go in your day is a coffee house. So he sees this going on in Italy. It is not existing in Seattle. At the time, I grew up in Tacoma, Washington, so just south of Seattle. He brings this into the Seattle area, and what people don't realize is he didn't get it right the first time. So he did an exact copy-paste, right? He did an exact Italian-looking coffee house. And so it had opera music in the background, and a stand-up bar, and white porcelain cups, and bow tie-clad waiters, and that actually didn't work in Seattle. Seattle's very casual, right? Rains all the time, feels like today in Washington. People are wearing Gore-Tex jackets, they're casual, they want to hang out, they're not necessarily, I like opera, they're not necessarily into opera. And so what you have to do with this is see a working model, pick it up, transport it, and do a twist on it. And all of us can look for things that work in the world and then reapply them. You can move ideas, in this case, across geographies. He obviously does a twist on it, and we know what Starbucks looks like today. It is still the 3rd location. That's the basis of that business. Another example within Starbucks, they do this over and over. And the Via, who's had Starbucks Via, the instant coffee? Okay, some people here. That was originally a medical technology. It was for freeze-drying blood cells. It kept the cells much fresher. And people at Starbucks looked around and said, oh, we can take that medical technology and apply it to instant coffee. And now we'll launch Starbucks Via. So they are constantly looking for things to lift and shift or import or export, a working model that you can reapply.